Iran calls for UNSC's pressure on Israel to end occupation of Golan Heights. Aggressions and destabilizing measures of Israel constitute flagrant violations of international law and continue to threaten regional and international peace and security, Takht Ravanchi said, addressing a UNSC meeting on Syria on Wednesday. He hailed efforts by the UN Special Envoy for Syria Geir Pedersen to hold a sixth meeting of the country's Constitutional Committee, saying its work must be complemented by other efforts, including by putting an end to the foreign occupation of Syria without any precondition or further delay. We emphasize again that the committee must continue its work without any external interference or pressure. Setting any artificial deadline for its conclusion or any other conditions of such nature will negatively impact the committee's work and must therefore be avoided, the top Iranian diplomat added. It must be ensured that this will be a truly Syrian-led political process that belongs to Syria and is being facilitated by the United Nations, he noted. Takht Ravanchi slammed the assassination of former Syrian lawmaker Midhat Saleh al-Saleh by Israeli snipers in the occupied Golan Heights earlier this month as one of the regime's latest, adventurous practices. Saleh, who had been imprisoned in Israel for 12 years, was murdered by gunfire while returning home in the Syrian village of Ain al-Taina opposite the Israeli-occupied town of Majd al-Shams in Golan on October 16. Takht Ravanchi also condemned the terrorist attack in the Syrian capital of Damascus on October 20, saying such acts underscore the need to continue the fight against all terrorist groups unabated. 2 bombs attached to an army bus went off in Damascus, leaving at least 14 people dead and several others injured. The official said Iran rejected any separatist activities and illegitimate self-rule initiatives in Syria as well as any efforts to support them. He voiced concerns over the grim humanitarian situation in Syria, calling for more efforts to alleviate the sufferings of the Syrian people in need, including pursuing a non-political approach to the dispatch of humanitarian aid and supporting the war-ravaged country's reconstruction. Takht Ravanchi once again reiterated Iran's principled stance that the Syrian crisis should be solved through peaceful channels and in accordance with international law, particularly respect for the country's sovereignty and territorial integrity and non-interference in their internal and external affairs.